Shower? Check. Deep conditioning on hair? Check. Ready to sew? Check. Mario says yay. Goomba's a little sus. Hi, and welcome to A Rumor of Stitches. My name is Janice, and you can find me on YouTube and Instagram and wherever as A Rumor of Stitches. Welcome. If this is your first time viewing, if this is not your first time viewing, then welcome back. I'm trying to sit here and decide what I'm gonna do tonight. I sewed until 2:30 this afternoon, and then I went to bed. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I am a registered nurse, and I work at night in Georgia, live in Alabama, and I'm from Mississippi. So I mainly do whatever I craft on at night when it's quiet, and I just don't like flipping around back to daytime because I do work at night. Like I said, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm going to do next on Sewing Wise, but I thought that I would rant a little bit, and if you want to skip this, that's fine. But I've been ordering all of my stuff online. Now, I've been ordering fabric, I've been ordering thread, all this other stuff online. And I've run into a couple of problems with ordering from Joann's. Now, going into the store, I could spend hours in Joann Fabrics and Crafts. I can stay in there all day. They have snacks up at the front. They have sodas and chips and candy, and they have a bathroom, so yeah, you can do that. But I ordered fabric online to finish some quilts because I decided I didn't want to piece together the backs. I just wanted a flat piece of white fabric just to go on the back, because I'm not going to be looking at the back of my quilts, and these are for my bed. I'm making new quilts for my bed, so I figured I would just make it all white. They had 120-inch wide fabric. I would just get enough to do 3 of the quilts, and I have some backing for the other quilts, but these were the biggest quilts. So I ordered 10 yards of 120-inch fabric. And they had a 50% off coupon, which I love 50% off coupons. I love 60% and 70% more, but you're more likely to get a 50%. So I got this fabric for, I think it was like $50-something for enough fabric to finish 3 quilts. It was just muslin, but it was white, and I've used it before, and it's really good quality. It's thick. So, I ordered it. And there is a disclaimer on Joann's website that says when you're ordering fabric by the yard, it may come in more than one cut. And I could deal with up to, 3 yards in a cut would be fine. 3.5 would be what I would need for my biggest one. So I figured if I had like 2 cuts, at least 1 would be enough to do the biggest quilt, and then I could, make the other fabric work. Just go from the biggest quilt down to the next size, to the next, just I would figure it out. No, that's not what happened. I ordered 10 yards of 120-inch wide muslin fabric, and I ordered 10 spools of white thread, because that's what I wanted to quilt it with. So they sent me 2 yards and 29 inches of fabric, and that was it. I'm like, okay, maybe they had to send it from a different warehouse, so it'll come in another package. Looked online, nope, that was the only package. It came in a little poly bag. It was hardly anything. So I called customer service. Oh my gosh. So I called up. I was real nice. I've worked on the other side. It's not their fault. They didn't do anything. It was shipping. Whoever packaged it made a mistake. I get it. I don't get mad about stuff like that. So I called up customer service and I said, hey, I just got my package in. I gave them my name, my address, my order number. And all I got in the package was 2 yards and 29 inches of fabric. I said, that's not what I ordered. I ordered 10 yards of fabric and 10 spools of white thread. And she's like, and I said, the package came to my door. I looked, there were no other packages. It doesn't say that there's any packages waiting. It doesn't say that it was split into 2 packages. And I'm just wondering if you have any notes on your side that tells what's going on. I said, there were no holes in the bag. Nothing fell out. The bag was fine. But there, instead of 10 yards of fabric, there was only 2 yards and 29 inches of fabric. And there's no thread. So she said, okay, let me look up your order. I'm like, okay, go ahead. It takes her 10 minutes to look up my order. Which, I'm getting ready for work. I'm doing my thing. It's okay, because I knew it's going to take a while anyway. So, I'm not that. When I call up customer service, I plan on being on the phone for a long time. So, I just roll with it and do my other stuff while I'm waiting. Okay, so she comes back on the line and she said, well, it shows your package was delivered to your door and it shows your order is complete. I'm like, ma'am, that's right. That's exactly what I just said. But when I opened the package, all that was in the package was 2 yards and 29 inches of fabric. And there was no thread in it. So you didn't get your 10 spools of thread? No, ma'am. So all you got was 2 yards of fabric? No, ma'am. I got 2 yards and 29 inches of fabric. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'll be right back. And another 10 minutes. So she said, well, I talked to my supervisor. And she said your package shows delivered. But you didn't get your items? I'm like, no, ma'am. I got 2 yards, 29 inches of fabric, and no thread. There was 0 out of 10 threads in the package. I wasn't laughing when I was on the phone with her, but now when I look back, it's comical. I mean, I've said this like 3 or 4 times already. She says, okay, I'll be back in a minute. She said, okay, when she comes back after 5 more minutes, she said, okay, I'm going to try to get you a refund on your 10 spools of thread and 8 yards of fabric. By that time, I'm getting a headache. I got to go to work. I'm just like, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to get the fabric or the thread. She's like, well, I can't send it back out without making another order. Okay? So if I make another order, I'm going to have to pay the regular price for it because 1, free shipping is no longer offered. And 2, I had a 50% off coupon and there was 40% off on the thread. She said, well, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to give you a refund. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Just give me the refund. She said, okay, I'm going to try and we'll get back in contact with you. Is this your number? And I'm like, yes, that's my number. So I get an email stating that they're going to send me my refund in 5 to 7 business days. and if I would like to make another order, they will reimburse me for the difference in the order. Okay, first of all, this is not the first time that this has happened. The last time I ordered something, I was ordering, I think, 3 yards of fabric or something. They sent me 2 yards and 28, 27 inches. I can't remember. It's on my Facebook page, and I think I also put it on the Instagram. But anyway, they made 2 cuts out of the piece of fabric, and the second cut was in the bolt. I could tell because I used to work at Joann's. I know what an end of bolt looks like. But it was the beginning end of bolt, not the end of bolt. The beginning end of bolt is always wonky or something. One end was 4.5 inches or 4 inches, and the other end was 6.5 inches. So it didn't even end up to be the amount of yardage that I actually ordered. So that's twice. First time, I was like, well, maybe. But the second time, and dealing with customer service, I will never, ever buy online with Joann's again. I'm not going to do it. I'll never buy anything. If I want it, I'll travel the hour to get to a store. There's a store an hour each way from me here. Oh, and by the way, something else that's always bugged me. I've lived in Alabama for 3 years. I can't believe it's been 3 years. Oh my God. It's been almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years, maybe. Anyway, whatever. But when we moved here, we moved to Opelika. Opelika, Alabama has a Joann's distribution center. When I worked in the Joann's in Memphis, Tennessee, and in South Haven, Mississippi, we got all of our product came from Opelika. So how excited was I when we moved to Valley? Valley's right next door to Opelika, but now we live in Opelika, Alabama. How excited was I to be in the same town as a Joann's distribution center? Because you know the stores where they have the distribution centers have the best stuff. No, they don't have one here. They don't have a Joann's in Opelika, Alabama. You have to go to Noonan, or I think it's Montgomery, but they're an hour away. And oh my gosh, if you want to go to Joann's, might as well just make a day of it. There's another one in Columbus where I work in Columbus, Georgia, and it's right across the bridge into Georgia. They've got one there, but they don't have one where they have the distribution center. It sucks. I was so excited. I've been complaining about this since I moved here, that there's no distribution center. I mean, the distribution center is here, but there's no store. It makes no sense. Okay. Well, this has already been just a rant video, so I'm just going to put this up as a rant video, and I'll get to sewing in a minute, and I'll just make this a different video. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant. Oh, by the way, I did get the fabric for my quilts. I just went to Missouri Star Quilt Company, ordered my 3.5 for one of my quilts and my 3 yards for a different quilt, and just called it good. I'm just like, I can always rely on Missouri Star Quilt Company to get me what I ordered. I don't have to worry about extra cuts either, because if you order 3.5, they will give you 3.5 in one cut. They know that it's for a quilt, so they're not gonna mess it up. So I'm not sponsored by Missouri Star Quilt Company, and nothing to do with them, but that is a awesome company. And I love Joann's. Anybody who knows me and works with me, I talk about Joann's all the time. I loved working there. I love shopping there. But I will never, ever, ever buy anything online again. Okay, so thanks for watching. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you later. Bye.